Welcome to another episode of Tech Tool Thursday. Every Thursday, my intention is to share a video with you which will cover some technical part of the markets. It can be a software, it can be a website, which will help you take better, smarter trading decisions. Now, before I begin this video, a big thank you for everyone who liked last Thursday's video wherein I covered the Pine screener within TradingView. But for this week, I've thought of a very simple yet very meaningful, and it can turn out to be powerful as well, a website. So let's take a look. What am I talking about? So the first thing is you open your internet browser, and I'm talking about a simple website which I've been kind of using for many years whenever it comes to explaining about a sector or how to decide upon a universe of stocks. No better place than NiftyIndices.com. Yes, it is a national stock exchange product. To give you a little bit of perspective, I will scroll down and I will come to the About Us section. Let's try and understand what is this website, what is the objective of this website. And as you can see over here, NSE Indices Limited pools the index development efforts, NSE in a coordinated whole manner. India's first specialized company focused upon the index as a core product, right? So the main job is to develop, construct and maintain indices on various asset classes. It can be gold, it can be equity, commodities, to serve as useful market performance benchmark. So Nifty 50 is an index. Bank Nifty is an index. So how is my portfolio doing vis-a-vis a benchmark? So whenever it's about relativity and comparison, the benchmark is always an index, a bunch of stocks. You would have noticed in terms of mutual funds, they would have benchmarked it with maybe a Nifty 100 or a 200 or a small cap index. So there's always a benchmark that how that portfolio is performing. And for that sake, this company, which is NSE Indices Limited, formerly known as IISL, it's a subsidiary of National Stock Exchange of India Limited, was set up in 1998 to provide a variety of indices and index related services and products for the Indian capital markets. You can scroll down and take a look at the board of directors. I don't think so you'll be more keen to know who they are, but at this area will be really interesting. Before I take you to how to use this website is, let's say, for example, ETF listed in India, ETFs which are listed in India. So now over here, if you come to this drop down, you can see Nifty 50 as the underlying or Nifty Auto as an underlying. Let's say I click on Nifty Auto, ETF, Indian exchange. Based on Nifty Auto, these are the two funds, these are the two asset management companies. Type is equity, who offers you this ETF. Like this, you can get ETF listed globally. So based on NSE with Nifty 50, not NSE, Nifty 50 as an underlying, in Japan, Daiwa Asset Management has an ETF. Like for example, in National Stock Exchange, you have international ETFs. Similarly, in international markets, there are Indian ETFs. So that's the core of the subsidiary of NSE, and that's what they have been doing. All right, but how can this make our trading and investment decision making useful? Well, it will guide us, it will help us in various ways. I'll walk you through some examples, and once I've done that, towards the later half of this video, I'm going to show you how I use it, or I think how everyone should be looking at it. The core of the intention is don't chase a trade, let the trade come to you. How will that happen? We will discuss a little later. Now, on this website, there is market data. If you click on any of this, it will take you directly to National Stock Exchange. I'll just show you live index watch. It will tell you that you're leaving this and you're going to NSE, and a separate tab will open National Stock Exchange and it will show you that page. So that's not what we are using. We'll rather open NSE for that data. What I find very useful is this part, indices. The moment you keep your cursor here, this drop down comes, and this is a sub drop down from the left hand side corner. For example, if I keep my cursor on broad based indices, I see Nifty 50, 100, 200 total market, mid and small caps. Within the mid and small caps, the various definitions of 100 stocks, 50 stocks, 250 stocks, etc. The next drop down is sectoral indices. Now, this is where the core usefulness lies. You can see these are various sectors, starting with Nifty Auto, Bank, Cement. That's a new one. Chemicals, I think before cement, chemicals was the last one that was added to this group. I've been following this website and this list for a very long time. So anything new that get added, REITs also got recently added with the realty. Earlier, it was just NSE realty. So let's say you can see a realty is separate. So this is REITs and realty together. That's a new one also. So the objective is Nifty Auto, by the name, is obvious that it should have auto stocks. There can be four-wheelers, two-wheelers, auto ancillaries. How many of them are there? Which are the ones which are bigger? Which are the ones which are not so important, or let's say relatively smaller market cap? To get that information, to know this basic, I think this website does a fantastic job in a very simple manner. Let me show you with an example. Let's say I come to Nifty Auto. The moment you click on any of these sectoral names, a new page will open up and it will talk about Nifty Auto. The Nifty Auto Index is designed to reflect the behavior and performance of the Indian automobile sector. Is computed on a free float capital market cap basis, etc., etc. And then it will talk about this area, whether it is sectoral distribution, passenger cars, two-wheelers, etc. But you know, probably if you followed my work, you will know my most important section on this page is the fact sheet. Because when I click on this fact sheet, a new page, a tab will open and it will give me this PDF. I'll just zoom in a little bit. It will talk about, and by the way, these are more or less revised regularly, not probably every day, but every month or every quarter, they've been taken a look into. So this data that we are looking at, this was last revised on the 27th of February, just a month back. So it will talk about auto index comprises of 15 tradable exchange listed companies, automobiles, two-wheelers, three-wheelers, auto ancillaries, and even tires. So it's going to tell us what all it is comprised of. And then it will give you a perspective of the returns. But this is the most useful area of the fact sheet for me. Why? This is the top constituents by weightage, and it gives us the top 10. So I can clearly see over here that Mahindra, Maruti, Bajaj Auto, Eicher Motors, and TVS, they are the top 5 stocks that makes up Nifty Auto. If you add up, it's going to cross 60%. I think so. 24, 40, 56. Yeah. Which means that this market is on. I'm taking a look at which are the biggest sectoral losers or gainers. And I see that Nifty Auto is gaining. If Nifty Auto is gaining, that doesn't mean that all auto stocks are gaining. It can be only a M&M and a Maruti which is going up that can lift the Nifty Auto by itself. It may not be a broad-based rally of four-wheelers. Maybe Nifty Auto is flat, but I see the two-wheelers or the tires are doing very good. Highly possible. So once you figure out that the sector is doing good or bad, it is extremely important you drill down, you come down to the sectoral constituents and see within the sectoral constituents who is doing what. Very important and very, very useful. And so if you are serious about the markets, you analyze the markets, you want to identify opportunities, this 5 stocks or the top 10 stocks is what you should definitely have on your radar, on your watch list. Now, with this information, with this understanding, what should be my next step? Your next step will be, ideally should be, to create your own watch list or watch lists of various sectors that you are interested in. I had created this video a few months back when I created the Nexxt quality 200 stocks across 21 sectors. Then we added the 22nd sector. And in that video also, if you go back and check, I have used this website to create that meaningful quality 200 stocks. Let me show you. You come to TradingView. I'm looking at any chart and this is my usual template now. And on the right, you can see this is the Nexxt Q200 watch list. And it has these 22 different sectors, right? Now, how did I come to 22? I've explained in that video. I'll tell you a little in brief. If you check the details about Nifty 50, it has 15 sectors. So you should take a look at those 15 sectors. And then I've added few more, 7 more. How have I added this? If you come to auto and auto components, you'll find that these 11 names comes from that fact sheet. And I've added another one based on my experience, which is Hyundai, which came later. And I've added it part of that list, right? So how should you create it? Forget what I have created. Let's start from scratch. Let's say you should go to the drop down here and you should say, create new list, create watch list. And let's say we saw cement there, remember? So let's say cements. And there is there's an icon you can use if you want to. These are just fancy stuff for your watch list to stand out. So let's say I think there will be a house icon. I can't find it right now. I'm not going to waste too much time. If I figure it out, I'll click on it or else I'll move ahead. All right, cements, create. The moment you click create, you see cements and your watch list is empty. Now the question mark is, of course, I'm going to add Ambuja or ACC or Shree Cement or JK Cement or Ultra Chem and Grasim and all that. But everyone may not know that. Those who are starting their journey and learning about the markets, they wouldn't know which are the cement stocks. They wouldn't know if a certain stock is in the cement pack or not. Grasim, there's no cement name in it. ACC has cement in it. Ambuja Cement has cement in it. Ultra Chem has cement, but there are stocks and names of companies which do not have the name of what they make or what they serve. Reliance, Apple. Yeah. So how will a new person will figure out? And so comes the use of this website. We'll go back to this page. We will go back to that. We don't have to go back. Every time we can just go on the top, come to Sectoral, and there you are, Nifty Cement. Click on Nifty Cement. The moment you click on Nifty Cement, the Nifty Cement page will open. It will talk about how it is calculated, etc. Come to the fact sheet. It will give you the top 10 names. There you are. These are the top 10 cement stocks in the Indian equity market as on 27th of Feb 2026. This is information. This is powerful information. And now it depends on you whether you want to pick the top 5 or top 10. That depends on you. Because if you pick up top 10 of, let's say, 15 sectors, you land up with 150 stocks. It depends on what kind of a size you want to track, analyze regularly, which will help you to take trading decisions. It can be 50, it can be 150, it can be 200. Just create something which is meaningful and which you will be able to manage and handle. Don't go for 500 if you can't handle. Stick to 5 if you can handle. Few will say, I don't care about stocks. I only trade Nifty, Bank Nifty. So for them, it's just 1 or 2, only the index. So always make a choice based on what you will be able to handle. Now you see here, Ultra Chem, Grasim, Shree Cement, and Ambuja. Almost all 4 of them have close to, if I take an average, it will be 15%. 60% weightage from 4 stocks. So a JK Lakshmi or an ACC, even if a JK Lakshmi moves up 5%, it's not going to add a lot of movement to the entire cement pack. But if Ultra Chem and Grasim just moves up by 2%, it's going to pull the index up or down depending on the move. So which are these stocks? Knowing that, and how important is that stock? Knowing that as well. So it serves 2 purposes. Once you figure out a universe, once you can, select the names of the stocks, and then you know that when I'm creating this cement index, you go to this plus button over here and you come to stocks and you type ultra, and ultrachem will come, add it. Then you add Grasim, you add it. Then you say you had JK Cement, you had Sri Cement, Ambuja, and JK Cement. You have Sri Cement, JK Cement, and you had Ambuja. These are my top 5 cement stocks I'm tracking. They make more than 70% of the cement. And so if there's any kind of move on cement stocks, these guys will move, either all of them or some of them. Over here, there's an important point. You will see as you track markets regularly, you might see that cement index is up or Nifty auto is up, as I was telling you earlier. But then when you go inside the sectoral constituents, your watch list, then you see that only M&M was up 5% today because of some news. Now, only one stock pulled the index up. So it's not a broad-based rally or a broad-based correction. For the health of the move, if the index has gone up and if it's a very good, healthy move, then it should ideally be a broad-based rally. If the private banks are going up, most of them should go up and not just one-off. If only one stock is going up, then it means that something related to that company is leading to the gain, not something related to the sector. If it's a broad-based rally or a broad-based fall, then the sector is getting affected. Clear? So this also helps you to understand what's happening where, and when you come down to the constituents, you figure out that, okay, so this is what the meaning is. With this thought process, you can go back to the website, go to indices, under sectoral. Now you will be able to create auto, banks, cement, chemicals, financial services, without financial services, excluding the bank, because financial services will have banking stocks and non-banking financial services, FMCG, healthcare. Now over here, I'll tell you another extra thing, that you will have a little bit of confusion between, okay, there is healthcare and there's pharma. What's the difference? There is a difference. The PDF will tell you where lies the difference. Healthcare will have hospitals, pharma will not have hospitals. And so there will be many overlapping names. There will be DVs and Dr. Reddy's in both the pack. So when you create your watch list, you may look at both of them and then make a choice accordingly. Accordingly, IT, media, realty, PSU, private, etc. You got the picture? With that picture, I have managed to create the Nexxt Q200 universe. The Nexxt Q200, Q stands for quality universe, is an integral part of Nexxt Pro and Nexxt Core, which is our flagship program. In Nexxt Core, it's more about trading strategies only. There's no mentoring. And Nexxt Pro is all about taking your doubts, discussing as a community. You can take a look at it. The details are given in the description box, and you can make use of a ongoing 20% discount code, because this is the time to step up. The market is down. So any doubts, feel free to get in touch with me. So Nexxt Q200, the objective is not always to chase a trade, but let the trade come to us. How? This is where I will tell you that try and do a top-down approach. A top-down approach is where you analyze the index or the market first. In other words, what is the Nifty view? What is the overall market view? Bullish, bearish, flat, volatile, etc. Once you have a Nifty view or overall market view, then you take a look at the sectors. The market's coming down. Most of the sectors are coming down. IT is stabilizing. Maybe PSU bank. So what is happening where? If you're new to this video, then you can check any of my end of the week market analysis, wherein I do exactly the same thing in this order. Talk about the overall market, then take a look at the sectors. Once you do this, once you take a look at the sectors, you will find bullish sectors, bearish, volatile, uncertain, choppy, and you'll take a note. When you're doing this, you will find sectors which are looking good, which your analysis is telling you this can go up, or this sector is looking weak, it can break down. Once you identify a probabilistic directional candidate, up or down, The next step will be to go inside them and then check the stocks. And so, for example, if your Nifty view is, let's say, bullish, positive, and then you take a look at the sectors and you take a look at Bank Nifty is looking really good. And Bank Nifty is then made up of private banks and PSU banks. And then when you come down to the stocks, then you might find an ABC or an XYZ stock, which is all ready for the breakout. And if the stock gives a breakout, the Bank Nifty will move and it will support the overall Nifty. This does not happen. What happens? Everyone is focused on the stock. What is the stock that I should trade tomorrow? Once the trade is over, next stock, next stock. And if it's an extremely stock focused, let's say you're completely oriented on looking at finding stocks only, you miss the bigger picture. And then you go on buying and none of the long trades work. It hits your stop loss because the overall market is weak. I always take the analogy of cricket pitch. When these cricket matches happen, the pitch report is such an important report because based on the pitch, based on the conditions, the teams will, decide on their players and their strategy, whom to bowl, whom and when to bat, and what kind of score is a viable score. It's the pitch, which is a part of the condition. And likewise, your trade has to be a part of the condition of the sector. And of course, the sector is part of the market, so of the market. So no matter how hard you try to buy and how much you buy, if the market trend is on the down, it's not going to work. And this is the reason why in a bullish market, everyone makes money. Just to realize that it doesn't last, and when the market goes volatile and choppy, they don't know what to do. So with niftyindices.com, you will have a clear understanding of how Nifty 50 is created, what goes inside it, what are the various sectors, what are the top, let's say, 50 mid-cap stocks, what are the top 10 mid-cap stocks. You'll get it from there. And then you can come down to the sectoral indices, pick your sectors, you can create your watch list, and you can, track your watch list. Likewise, there's thematic, where there's themes based on themes. For example, digital, defense, Nifty Internet. So these are all different themes. Core housing. Once you click on it, go to the fact sheet, read the fact sheet, you will understand what this theme is all about. And then there are strategic indices like Alpha 50 and etc. etc. My intention with this video was to take you towards sectoral indices so that you can create your watch list, which you will trade and invest on, and keep an eye on that, but in an order of top down, Nifty, sector, and then the stock. Now, apart from this, there are fixed income also, but I personally have not gone into these pages and taken a look at it that closely. What I've been doing for many years is this section. I have shared this in multiple videos and classes. This brings me to Nexxt Q200. By the way, Nexxt Q200 is freely available for everyone. I'll share the link in the description box. Make use of it so that you concentrate on a particular watch list which matters to the market. I hope this video should have helped you. Do let me know if there's any concept or any platform or website you would want me to cover. I'll take a look at it and let you know. Till then, take care of yourselves and trade well.